Hi, welcome. Today we're going to talk about what are the hidden assets in your business. If you've been following me before, you know I usually talk about intellectual property. So that is naturally some of the hidden assets in your business. And when I talk about intellectual property, it's the trademark. That's your brand, your logo, your business name, or maybe a product name or the brand of the product. There is the design protection that you can have if you have different patterns, or if you're selling clothes and you have a different shape, or if you do furniture or something that has a certain design that you mass produce. Or it's also like the patent is if it's a technical invention, like a technical solution to a problem, like an invention. Or we have the copyright that is everything that you create. And like if you write something, if you make music, if you do art or pictures or anything like that is copyright. So those are, of course, assets to your business that you need to manage in a really good way. But besides that, you also have other assets. So what you really need to think about when you're starting a business is, first of all, the business idea can be like a trade secret if you have a certain process of how you make things that make it more efficient, or you can do more business or more sales. That is something you might want to consider to keep as a trade secret instead of spreading it to everyone. Also, when you go into business, you are usually working with other people. You don't do everything by yourself. So also make sure that you have proper agreements with everyone that you work with. If you have a business partners, you really need to discuss through everything with the business before you start a business, so you know if you have disagreements, or if something goes wrong, or if someone wants to quit, what happens. So always think about having agreements with everyone. If someone is delivering something to you, like if someone is creating an app for your business, make sure you know who owns the right to the business, to the app, because is it the developer, or did you do a licensed agreement so he can sell the same app to more people, or is it only you that can use this specific app? You make sure to do agreements so you're very aware of what you're buying, and also what the person you're buying from, so he or she knows what they're selling. So this is like very common mistake, especially if you're new in business, that you don't do agreements, and you don't really discuss what the terms are, who owns what. And then if the business goes big and blows up, then you're in trouble, because then all of a sudden it's very important who owns what. But when you're small and just starting out, maybe it doesn't matter. But when you grow, you really need to have an agreement about what's going to happen. So that's one thing. And also all your online, you have make sure that you have the same web address that your business name is, and also that you have the same name in different social media channels, so that people can find you. Because if you have different name in different places, it might also be difficult for your customers to find you. If you have someone that's a raving fan of your product or service, then you have different names, and they go and look for you on Instagram, but they saw you on Facebook, then they might not find you. So that are some of the things. So to summarize, you really need to manage your intellectual property, be aware of the rights. Also with copyright, if you're selling something, selling photos or buying photos, make sure to know what kind of license the person has to use it, that's buying. And also with music, especially in the music business, make sure to do an agreement that makes you get paid in the long run, just not one time payment, because that's how big artists have been losing out when they like had their big break and then they just sold all the rights to someone else. And also when you come to trademarks, make sure that you can protect your brand before you grow your business, because otherwise you might infringe on someone else's rights and you might lose it, and you might have to start over, or you might even get in trouble if your business is really big and you're making lots of money. Then you might also have to go to court and pay a lot of money because you're infringing on someone else's rights, and you don't want to do that. And with the patents, if you have a really good idea of a solution of a problem, like an invention, don't tell anyone. Like if you're going to tell them, make an agreement first, a non-disclosure agreement, and also never write anything about it online before making a patent application, because that application will fail if you do that. And with design, it's the same thing. If you have a design, new design coming out on something, make sure that you get the design protection within 6 months, or check in your country if it's other rules, but 6 months is, I think, is common. The time frame to apply for design protection, because if you do it afterwards, it's too late. It's not new anymore. It has to be new to get the protection. So that's all from me. I hope this can help your business. If you want help to do a IP scan to see all of your assets in your business, I can help with that. That's a pretty it's a pretty like deep, we go deep into your business. Like you have to do a self-estimation first, and then I do some hours of research, and then we do a long interview, and then you get a report of what kind of assets you have, and like a little bit of prioritizing what you need to take care of right away and what can wait. But as usual with YouTube and this video, this is for educational purposes, and I'm not a lawyer, but I've been working with the Intellectual Property Office for 13 years, so I do know a few things about intellectual property, and I did take the course in how to do IP scans for businesses. So I can help you to scan your business, but it's basically up to you what actions you take. And if you want my help, let me know. And I hope this was useful. Have a nice day. Bye.